There is definitely an energy boost in here. It's not very powerful, which we believe is due to the excess or the theanine, not excess, just the dose of theanine in here. So you definitely have energy, but you also feel calm. This can be good for certain games. Good luck, have fun, GLHF. If you've ever played a video game such as League of Legends, Dota, a lot of MOBAs, you're gonna see this phrase quite often. What does it mean? Yes, good luck, have fun, already said it. This is a common phrase in the gaming world, and now, well, since we're a review site on supplements, there's now a supplement called GLHF. Good luck, have fun. A lot of esports nootropics are getting released on the market, and today we're going to be looking at GLHF. This is a brand new company to the scene, and while they have a cool name, they also have a pretty cool product. So we're going to get into the taste, mixability, profile, effectiveness, and value, and let you know how we liked it here. So be sure to stay tuned. We're gonna get into it right here, right now. Let's go. So let's start off with the profile. The first ingredient in here is tyrosine at 1.5 grams. Tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine, precursor to other catecholamines in the brain. You see tyrosine in pretty much every nootropic these days. It can help with focus under stressful situations, which when you think about it, especially there's a lot of games out there where you're gonna be in a stressful situation. Even if you're just sitting at your desk, you're gonna be stressed out in a lot of situations. If you've ever played Tarkov, you know this, you know the anxiety that goes around every second in that game. It's gonna help with decision making in a lot of stressful games. So we love seeing it in here. It's my personal favorite nootropic ingredient. At 1.5 grams, you are getting a solid dose. Anything above a gram is good here. 1.5 is awesome. Off to a good start. Now we come to theanine at 200 milligrams. So theanine is an anxiolytic. It can help with anxiety. This is a nice addition. Some games, to combat the jitters, some people might get a little bit too anxious from the caffeine, which is also in here, spoiler alert. You might make some hasty decisions if you're too energized. This can help calm you down so you still have energy from the caffeine as well as some calmness from the theanine. So we like the addition, 200 milligrams, a little bit on the higher side. However, for a gaming product, it may make more sense that you have more of it. We've had another product with even more theanine and that worked out very well. So it may be good here. The only time we complain about theanine is when it's in a pre-workout. Following this, you get caffeine, which we just talked about, 150 milligrams of natural caffeine. Caffeine, don't need to go too much into it. Helps with energy. 150 milligrams is about a cup and a half of coffee. Roughly the same amount as your typical Monster Energy drink. This is a solid dose, not too high, not too low in our opinion. However, how you react to caffeine is going to depend on your tolerance, really. Next up, we have Bacopa at 100 milligrams. Bacopa is a common nootropic. It can help with anxiety, mood. It acts as an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. You get 100 milligrams. Unfortunately, we do not know the standardization for Bacopa size in here. 100 milligrams may be good. It all depends on the standardization. We like the ingredient, just wish we had a little bit more info there. Still, Bacopa, awesome addition. Next up, we have freeze-dried coconut water as Coke Organic Plus at 100 milligrams. This can help with hydration. Not gonna go too far into that. Hydration is very important, by the way. Drink your water. Next up, we have reishi mushroom fruit powder at 75 milligrams. Reishi mushroom you typically think of for immune health, heart health, but also has some mood enhancing aspects to it as well. You only get 75 milligrams in here, which is on the lower side. We do like that they use the fruit powder, so that's awesome. Next up, we have theobromine at 75 milligrams. This is a xanthan, just like caffeine. It can help with energy without increasing your blood pressure. There's no technical clinical dose there. 75 milligrams is fine. It can help with energy. Again, acts very similar to caffeine, just on a little bit lighter. Next up, we have ashwagandha powder at 75 milligrams. Ashwagandha can help with stress. There's many ashwagandhas out there. They all do the same thing. They all help with, they actually have a lot of benefits. The main one though is cortisol. This can help with stress. Obviously, when you're stressed out, you have higher cortisol levels. It can simply help with cortisol. It has other benefits too. The issue here is it's at 75 milligrams. We'd like to see that a little bit higher. So if you're taking this multiple times a day, you might get some benefit out of it. However, we don't recommend that here. And finally, we have lion's mane fruit powder at 75 milligrams. Lion's mane is common in nootropics and there's a lot of good data behind it. You typically want to see it at 500 milligrams to 1 gram. It's more of a long-term type of mushroom powder. Unfortunately, you only get 75 milligrams in here, so we'd like to see that higher. That is a very good ingredient, by the way. We do like the addition and it may have benefits over time. We just like to see it higher. It's not something that you're gonna get an acute effect from really, but over time it should help with overall brain health as well and has a lot of benefits, but mainly as a nootropic. So overall, just looking at the profile, the tyrosine, the theanine, then the caffeine are already great. We do like the addition of the theobromine as well. They have some good ingredients in here. We just, for example, the bacopa, we wish we had the standardization. We wish we had more of the lion's mane or the ashwagandha. Honestly, you could take one of those out and just fully dose the others. Still in the right direction. There's some good about this, some things we had to call out, but overall, it's gonna perform even with some of the few ingredients that we mentioned. I almost forgot to mention, by the way, there's also choline bitartrate in here at 400 milligrams. Choline bitartrate, not our favorite form of choline. We would much prefer to see CDP choline or alpha GPC. Choline bitartrate does not cross the blood-brain barrier very well. Still, 400 milligrams is higher than we've seen. We've seen people throw in 50, 100 to 100 milligrams and make ridiculous claims. So at least 400 milligrams is higher than what you typically see. Still, we'd like to do that at 500 milligrams. Up to 2 grams. Okay, now we get to the effectiveness portion. We use this on a variety of different games, tried it out. Who knew the day would come when we could play video games and get paid for it in a way, just to try a product out. There is definitely an energy boost in here. It's not very powerful, which we believe is due to the excess, or the theanine, not excess, just the dose of theanine in here. So you definitely have energy, but you also feel calm. This can be good for certain games. For example, if you want to grind out a video game, you feel good, you're kind of relaxed, but you feel like doing tasks, like enough energy to want to do something, but also relaxed enough to not be anxious or jittery in your chair. So if you want to grind a game out, Diablo, World of Warcraft, something like that, or the New World, which is coming out, may be good for that. The calmness can also be good for games like Tarkov, which we mentioned before, where you're constantly anxious. However, for some games, it may not be the best. Maybe some you want a little bit more reaction time, a little bit more anxiety, like for example, a fighting game where you really need quick decision making. It wouldn't be optimal for that, but it still may be good. You'd have to try it out yourself. Still, in our experience, it's best for somewhat slower games or games that are going to give you a lot of anxiety that you want to combat. So overall good, not for every game, but there is no perfect gaming product for every single game type out there. Still, with that theanine dosage, if you're someone who struggles with nerves as you play, this might be a good option. Honestly, not even for gaming, even if you take it outside of gaming, it can certainly help your day. You can start your day off with it and you'll feel great. You won't have too much anxiety, which may be a good or bad thing, but some may enjoy this as a way to start the day. Now we get to taste. We had the lychee, we had the sour green apple, and we had the blue blizzard. I would love to describe what lychee tastes like. It's certainly its own flavor, but I can't. There's some of these popping up. They get mixed reviews. You either kind of like it or you don't. I really can't describe the flavor. To me, it's just simply good. I personally enjoy it. If you want to go with the safer one, you probably want to check out the blue blizzard. This one's on the lighter side of blue, so if you want an overly sweet blue raspberry, this might not be for you. It's on the lighter side. Personally, we prefer that. Blue raspberry has been overdone over the past few years, so it's nice to have something that tastes like that, but also is on the lighter side that you can sip on. It's refreshing, not like you're drinking some chemical waste of blue raspberry. There's a time and place for overly sweet blue raz. This isn't it. Anyways, let's move on to mixability. Okay, as for mixability, with the mushrooms in there, so the ashwagandhas and the bacopa even, it's not gonna mix up clearly. Still, it mixes very well with that said, so it's not clear. There is stuff that floats around, but nothing that's gonna get caught in your throat. You're gonna see me start pouring it out. And overall, it mixes fine. If you have any settling, just swish your shaker cup around or your glass, and you should have no issue. Again, nothing gets caught in your throat, and it was overall pretty good. Now we get to value. You can get a tub of this for $40 directly from the website. Coupon code informant will save you 20% off, I believe. You get 30 servings out of this, so that's just barely over $1 per serving. That's a very fair price for what you're getting. Certainly cheaper than your typical energy drink, and you get more benefits out of it other than your typical energy drink as well, just comparing it to that. You get the tyrosine, the theanine for calming. You get the natural caffeine. You get some choline for brain health, as well as some lion's mane. There's some reishi. There's a lot of benefits in here that aren't just strictly for focus, just overall brain health and immune health even. So you're definitely getting a good bang for your buck. Of course, not the best formula we have seen. Still, it does do very well considering some of the other very shitty esports nootropics out there. So overall, Good Luck Have Fun is certainly a fun product to try out. Lighter in flavor than many others. You're not gonna be drinking candied water. It's not overly sweet, more on the refreshing side. Profile has some solid aspects to it. For example, again, the tyrosine, theanine, and caffeine all work very well together. Of course, we had to kind of pick on some of the mushrooms in there at the lower dosages, as well as the ashwagandha. Still, for the price, you definitely are getting a solid option. $1 per serving, very fair. Mixability is fine as well, and honestly, they have some good people behind the brand. For more info, be sure to check out the written portion of this review on our website, which will be in the description below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on IG and Facebook. And as always, stay informed, live, have fun, and good luck, have fun. Go.